And you see those four walls shift for different frequencies that cause something like a gear system, all the gears working together, if you will imagine. If those gears were dimensions or potentials, and potential, I think you call them dreams or illusions, some to last and expand an entire thousands of years even, and some millions, some beyond even that concept of time. So within 12 years that I will relate with what you call dimensions, if I do not relate with such a word, but if you can imagine 12 years and 12 dimensions, at some point your frequencies from the temples and the points of contact became so strong in that particular, you would call it beginning of your time capsule. You would create such powerful strings that there will be a method of communication. And you would perceive our response is that which would help or serve or save or, in some of your belief systems, destroy humans or lands or crops. You would perceive and receive signals that were simply that which you sent to us, and we'll respond accordingly, simply to let you know that we hear and connect to and operate within the bandwidth of your powerful signal. And then you would see, a response from this signal that was from the universe, not say from us. So we don't, this name you give is just this name you give. We have no name. We have no forms. We are not even that which can be called a being, and we are not which can be called agenda. So it's very interesting that certain things would happen, that you would send signal and we would connect, and then you would perceive by the natural occurrences of your planet, the natural occurrences of your own creations, a response that would be shifting your earth. It would shift your earth into certain weather responses. And the weather responses would be rain or drought or earthquake or flood. And you would perceive this as God's shining favor upon you, or God's not being in favor of you. And then you would worship harder, you see. So I perceive that it could only be the nature of limited mind to need to worship, if that answers the question. But it's very complicated for me to put into language why it works this way. It's just the nature of the grid systems is there on your planet that operates in 12-dimensional thought processes, which correspond to 12 various emotional frequencies, which if you connect to either of these 12 thoughts and emotional frequencies, then you have natural cause and effect, birth and death, sickness or health, certain things. And when your power as a collective has most strong, not favorable or unfavorable, just most strong bandwidth, then the grid that surrounds your planet will shift like gears, working with each other, moving upon each other to affect the whole, you see. And that's all it is. But you have perhaps misallocated or shifted this and called this intervention from certain deities. I'm not deity, you see. I'm a living dimensional construct that's not form, that only responds to form and cannot do so to intervene. I cannot answer prayer. I cannot do anything about to make it more powerful for you to connect to the grid system, make it more possible for you to shift your own frequency in the way that you want, in the way that you desire. And then if enough of you form a powerful construct of thought, then your grid systems will energetically shift the land and the waters and the flares of the sun and all of the weather, and can do many things that you called from the deities. So because you believe this, what I will do is shift into form, shift the light into a signal that is powerful, and when powerful enough, many of you will see me as deity, and many of you will see me as what you call angel or spirit guide, or I can duplicate the form of your master, and you will say your master appeared before you, no matter if master is, I believe you call yoga, no matter if master is, I believe you call various wise magic and various belief systems. And I can do that because the strength of the signal is strong enough individually and collectively. It's not one nor the other, you see. It has to be both.
Thank you for that extensive answer. Beautifully described. So tell me, was the Earth meant to be as physical as it is now, with us upon it?
See, you believe that there would be grand design, but the only thing that this concept is living library of knowledge, collecting information, and then expanding upon it in different ways, in different times, and you just want to believe that God can expand. God cannot expand. There are certain deities that can in your collective belief systems, but it is only because you believe that they do. And many believe that you are that, and they believe that these gods can come back into form. And then there are literally stories about these occurrences, you see. So it's not so much that you say that I can do one thing or another for you, but just that is no meant to be. There's no meant to be this or meant to be that. It's always changing because you always powerfully desire something different based upon the expansion of your creative mind. And you will naturally, not because it's good or bad or powerful or powerless, you will naturally, you see, want to expand differently, shine that you dream, you want to do so differently. And the only thing that's same is the grid system itself. And it only responds to you in the same way. It's you that sends that different signal every time. But it's not meant to be with Earth. It's not meant to be one way or other, you see. Earth grid works for what you want. If you want to come blow it up, it blows up. If you want to come flood it with your thoughts, it does so. If you want to come, say like what you're doing now, civil war, you want to fight against your own bodies and become unhealthy, then it does that for you individually, or if enough, collectively. This is why you have massive genocide or, massive nuclear disasters in some of your cycles of time capsules. There are cycles that go, say, every, let's say right now, maybe every 675,000 years that it will take for you to complete a cycle. You get slower, not faster from this perspective. But you see, we can't really absorb time in the way that you do. But when we attempt to absorb it observe it in the way that you do, it would be is that it used to be the shifts would happen every 175,000 years. Now it's every 675,000 years. So it's not because you get it right or wrong, or that it should be slower or that it should be faster, you see. It's just that you want more time to experience. You want more time to expand.